Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about a movie that I went and saw recently. It's a movie called Souleimane's Story and it's directed by Boris Lodgkini. Don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, but yeah, Boris Lodgkini. I didn't know much about it going into it, but I knew that it was going to be about an asylum seeker in Paris working illegally as a food delivery driver. I kind of went in with no expectations, and then when I left the cinema, I felt really surprised by it. I didn't think I was gonna enjoy it as much. And yeah, I didn't really know what I was expecting, but it was a really, really powerful film. And afterwards, I felt sort of heavy, but not in a bad way. Just, I don't know. Some movies just have a bigger impact on me than others do, and then I have to sort of sit and decompress and think about what I just saw. And Suleiman's Story was one of those movies for me. It was really, really powerful, very raw and emotional, and yeah, had a lot of depth in it that I just had to sit and think about it after.
Fais le tour. Toi, c'est pas Emmanuel, toi.
Ah, effectivement.
Pas eu, là.
Ah, c'est pas lui.
So at face value, it's about a delivery driver in Paris, but there's so much more depth in the movie that it becomes much more than that. It follows Souleymane, who is an immigrant from Guinea, as he moves through Paris doing deliveries whilst simultaneously preparing for his asylum interview. He has to memorize his story, hence the title, Souleimane's Story, but it's actually not his own story. He's taken a story from someone else, and that's the story that he's going to use to try and gain asylum. It's a sort of performance that he has to put on, which just makes the whole thing even more tense.
C'est quoi votre histoire à vous?
The film does a really good job of capturing the busyness of what's going on around him as well as in his own head. He's in Paris trying to work and earn money while he's dodging traffic and also rehearsing lines in his head. It's like he has two jobs at once, both equally as important. It's really powerful how a film about someone delivering food feels like a high intensity thriller or like an action movie. It's like every single delivery is tense, everything that could go wrong somehow goes wrong, and it's genuinely like heart stopping where we're watching a man essentially fight for survival, and it kind of feels like he has like the weight of the world collapsing in on him, and we're being taken on that journey with him. It almost feels like he's delivering for his life, and I don't know, the way that like these ordinary tasks become much more urgent is something that's really special and very real, and yeah, I just love that contrast.
C'est pour moi, courage.
Merci beaucoup.
Vous voulez un coup de main?
On va doucement.
The urgency of the film is enhanced by the way that it's filmed. It's handheld, it's close, and it's shaky. It reminds me a lot of Amores Perros, and the way that it just places you into the chaos. The shaky intimacy makes you feel all the things he's feeling. The audience isn't just watching from a distance, we're right there with him, and it doesn't give you space to breathe really, but in like the best way possible.
Mon ami, encore.
What I really like about the film is how his survival is reliant on how well he performs. So he's memorizing details of a story that's not his, and he's trying to make them sound real and authentic, and that's just a really sad reality. When he has his interview, it creates this tension where one wrong answer, one like missing detail, and that could be the end of everything. It's performance out of necessity, and there's something so haunting about that, and I thought that aspect of the film was executed really well.
Souleymane, c'est pas le 22 février, c'est le 19 février. Entretien dans 2 jours. On maîtrise l'histoire.
The ending of the film is unsatisfying and doesn't give you closure or a real conclusion, but I love that choice because we'll never know if he gets asylum or not, but we've been through that journey with him and we hope that he does, but the conclusion doesn't matter as much. I think the reason why I left feeling kind of heavy after the film was because the ending wasn't like neatly tied up in a bow. There was a lingering uncertainty after the film was over, but I love that that's how it made me feel.
Tu sais ce que tu as vécu.
Et si on m'éprenne, prends un monte?
Non, mais toi, t'es pas un monde.
Overall, it made me think about how I view people. I like to think that I'm a very empathetic person, but it just made me think of how you really don't know anyone's personal story or what they're going through. And it's very, very easy for us to look past people. And I think that this movie really highlights how little we think of other people and their struggles. It was a very raw, real, powerful film, and definitely my favorite watch of the year. Yeah, those are my thoughts about the film. If you haven't seen it, you should really go watch it. I really recommend it. And yeah, hopefully I'll do more videos like this soon that are kind of movie review-ish, but just kind of my thoughts on movies. And yeah, that's it. Bye!